Robert Myers, good day to each and every one of you. My name is Conte and I'll be your instructor for today. Okay, today we'll be looking at basic Excel for data analytics. Actually, I'm making this course because of popular demand. Many of you have been asking me, please can I get a video, can I get a tutorial, and so on and so forth. That is why I am coming out to make this video today. Actually, there's not my thing, but I'm making this video just to help you to be able to navigate, especially those who are new in data analytics. So I will be making use of Excel 213. That is what we'll be using for this video. You can use any version of Excel or Offices, but for today we'll be making use of Excel 2013. So if you have installed or you have Excel in your system already or installed, then you can now launch it. Launch Excel here. Just launch Excel anywhere you are. Just launch your Excel. So when you launch your Excel, if you have installed it on your system before, now this is an interface, a template interface that show you which template you should use. If you want to use a customized template, use any of this template. You have or you can use a blank workbook or a template. So let's say we want to use a blank workbook. So you click on it. So when you click on the blank workbook, it will show you a work environment or a workbook or a worksheet where you can do your work. So here is called a ribbon, and this ribbon contains different headings. So this is home menu, different menu. This is home menu. This is insert. Then this is page layout. This is formulas. This is data. This is review. This is view, and so on and so forth. This is what you will see in this. So each of it, and then this is a file tab. So each of it has its own functionality. If you click on file now, you will see the back view where you can create new workbook, open an existing workbook, or save as, print, share, report. You can close, or even account and options. That's what you will find in this tab. When you click on home menu, you will see other ribbons where you can copy and paste, cut, copy, where you see fonts, different fonts, bold, italicized, underline, and different font size, fonts, and the font colors, alignment, and also merging, alignment and merging. Then you can see general, you see conditional formatting. These are what you see insert, delete, cells. These are what you see in the home menu. If you go to the insert menu, you will see pivot tables, recommended table, pictures, and so on and so forth. So if you look at page layout, and you see page layout, different layout of pages, orientation, margin, size, print, background, and so on. Then formulas, you can see where you can insert your formula, automation, financial, logical, test, date, and lookup formulas. Then you see data, how to import data, different sources of where you can import your data from, and so on and so forth. So today we'll get started with just the basics of Excel. And as we just started with basics of Excel, well, there are basic things we'll be looking at today. And then here is called a cell. This is called empty cell. All these are referred to as empty cell, but where this cursor is now is called active cell. So that is wherever this thing is active cell. Here is called columns. Then here horizontally is called the horizontal line is called row. The vertical line is called column. So please don't forget that this is column 1, column 2, column 3. This is row 1, row 2, row 3. So please don't forget that the vertical lines are referred to as the column, while the horizontal line are the rows. So let us look at one thing. If you want to enter a data basically in a cell, all you need to do, click on an active cell. You can now type name. Then you can type date. You can type name. You can type department or anything you want to do, department, and so on and so forth. So that's what you can do. So we have finished typing our data. So we have name, we have name, we have surname, we have age, we have department, we have salary, we have email, we have phone number, we have years. Now in some cases you will see like this name now, you see that it's complete, you can see it very well. But if you look at this department, it seems as if some lines are missing. So to be able to correct this, you come to the line, this particular line, you take your cursor and come to this line, and you double click on it, it will be able to, so just double click on it, on the department, and you'll be able to see it very well. The same thing with phone number. You can come to the cursor at the right hand side of it, then double click, it will be able to resolve that particular challenge, or you can drag and drop. So let's say, okay, so we have an empty cell here. This empty cell, you can delete it by right clicking on your keyboard and click what? Delete, if you want to delete the empty cell or empty columns. So now this is our data. We have name, we have on this we have 13 rows, and then how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 columns, 13 rows. So that's what we have for today. Now there are some basic things we also want to look at before we go to the main agenda for today. What we actually want to achieve at the end of today is how to do some basic calculation or some basic task on a cell, like calculating the sum, average, count, counter, countif, countblank, sumif, if, maximum and minimum, and then range. So that is what we want to check out at the end of the day. But before we go that, we want to look at some basic things that you need to know or that you need to understand. Now for this, if you want to actually bold this text, just click on it, then you can bold, italize, or whatever you do. You can increase the font size. So if I want to increase the font size of this, I can actually increase the font size of this. I can actually increase the font size by just clicking, highlighting it, and then click here. So I can now increase the font size. You can see it now, right? I can increase the font size, but now I'm going to leave it the way it was. So if I want to color it, I can color it. Can color it. The font text. This is the text. If I want to color the background, I can pick this and color just the background. So this is how we actually do that. So as we continue, we'll look at more other aspects. So today we want to look at sum. Now, what is sum? Sum means total. The total of everything. That's referred to as what? The sum. So let's say we want to look at the total salary for the year. So the total salary for the whole total salary of all the staffs of all the staff. So we can come here. Let's come here and say total salary. Total salary. Total salary. So come to this total salary. Let's say it is if. So in Excel, before you use any function, you press equal to. So equal to. So total salary. Let's say equal to. So sum function. So you type equal to sum. You open your bracket. Then the first number you want to sum. So what are we summing? We are summing what? Summing a particular. If it is just only two numbers, you can sum one, but we are summing a range. So we can take our cursor down to it, then we can drag to the where we want to sum. So we are summing E2 to E13. So we close our bracket and press enter. So you can see the total sum. So you can see that the total sum now is, let's color this. You can see that let's color this with our conditional formatting. So you can see that the total sum is total salary is equal to this. That is the total sum. So you can see that we are able to what? To calculate the total sum of it now. So that is how to be able to calculate. So sum simply means total of everything. So you can calculate a particular range and so on and so forth. Then another one is number 2. Let's put 2 here. I want to look at, I forgot to add it. So sumif. So I want to calculate the total number, the total salary for those in IT. For those in IT, the total salary for those in IT. So let's say total salary for those. So those in IT. Total salary for IT. So we want to calculate their total salary and see what their total salary is. So we use what? Sumif. So put equal to sum if. So you can see that it has, if you look at this prompt here, it tells you, say what is the range, what is the criteria, and then what is the sum range. So what is the range? We want to calculate the total salary of those in IT, and then the criteria is what? IT. So we want to calculate the total salary. So we have only those in IT. So first of all, we select the range. So these are the range, those in IT. Then what is the criteria here? Those in IT. So the criteria is those in IT. So press comma. So what is the sum range? The sum range here is we want to calculate the sum for salary. So right to here. So what we just did is that we'll get the first criteria, which is all the department, the whole department. Then we'll pick the IT alone. You can click on anywhere of the IT, and then we'll click salary, there, which is our major total, where we want to go to total from. So when we finish, we can press enter. So you can see this is the total salary for those in IT. This is the whole total salary, but for those in IT, this is their total salary. So this is the total salary for those in IT. Let me use. So for those in IT, this is their total salary. Let's use this. So for those in IT, this is their total salary. So you use sum if you want to if there's any conditions you want to put. So conditional statement say that it's either something to be yes or true, or follow a particular pattern if a particular parameter had been met, or a particular condition had been met based on the given parameters. So that's what we do. So the given parameters here is the salary, then the condition being met is the IT. So from the department, we need to have what? We want to check only those, the total for those in IT. So if we just, that is the total for those here, the total for those here, the total for those here, those here, those here, those here, and those here. So that is the total of, that is what we want to check. So that is actually what we check. So we check for the total of this, for the total of this, for the total of this. So only those in IT. So they give us what? So it gave us this total number. So I believe you understand what we are doing. So if you have any question, please, you are free to to ask on the comment section. So you can ask your question on the comment section if you have any challenge or any difficulties. So another one, I want to look at average. Average simply means basically is like when you get the whole total of everything and then you divide it by the number of occurrences. Now that is average. For example, if I want to get the average of this salary, I'll get the sum of the salary divided by the number of the salary. That is what is actually called what? Average. So we want to get the average of the salary, the average total for everyone in the department in the salary. So the average salary a person can actually get. So we say the average total. So let's say average salary. Average salary. So come here, say equal to. So you type average. So average. So average. Average. So average, then the number 1 and the number 2. So what is the average? The number 1, we are starting from the beginning and then we are taking it to the end. So we are getting the average of the salary. So this is the average of the salary. Let's just say assume that the average of all the salary is what? Is actually 5,591.66 and so. So this is the average. Let's also look at average if. Sorry, this is average if. Average if. So average if simply means get the average of a particular set, get the average of a particular condition. So we'll say let's say average for on those in marketing. Yeah, do you have average for only those in marketing, average salary for marketers, for those in marketing, for marketing. Let me just put mark. Average for marketing. So average for marketing. So let's say average for marketing. So we got equal to average if. So average if. So the first range for those in marketing. So this is our criteria. So this is the first range for only those in marketing. So the first range, you press comma. So we are looking for average for those in marketing. So you put what? Marketing. So you can choose anywhere where marketing is. Then what is the second criteria? The range of the second range, the average range. That's what we are getting now. The average range is for what? For salary. Those in salary and marketing, sorry. So you close your bracket and then press enter on your keyboard. So this is the average for those in marketing, only those in marketing. So this is the average salary for only those in marketing. So if I believe you understand this, so let us look at count. What does count stand for? Count how many age are enter or numerical. So we want to know how many people or how many number are there, how many are these people, and so on and so forth. So you can use what? Count. So we can do count. So we can do count now. So let's say have count. Now if you want to count means equal to use command equal to count. Equal to count, yes, spelling C-O-U-N-T. So count, open bracket. So what are we counting? Let's say we want to count the surname. So down to here. So when you press enter, if you press it, it will give you 0. Why is it giving you 0? Count is only meant for numerical, integers, or float. Float, integer, simply means whole numbers, either negative or positive. Then floats are actually referred to as number with decimal points. So it cannot be used for string, which are plain text. So Smith, you cannot care how many Smith are here. So Smith is actually a name of a person. So if you want to get actually the count of how many people, how many ages, or how many years we have here, how many, let's say the age, let's look at the age. You could want to count it, say count, come here, equal to count, and enter. So we count here, press enter. You can see, oh, it's telling us that we have what? 12. So that means we have 12 rows here. If you look at it here, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12. That's what count is used for. So we have counter. Counter means how many entries are not empties. So whether it is username, whether it's numbers, it tell you how many numbers are not what? Empty. So we can also say, okay, so we come counter here, counter to be equal to counter. So equal to value. What is the value 1? The value 1 is this. So the value 2 is this. So the value 1 is this, the value 2 is this. You press enter. You can see it's telling you that it's 4, it's 12. So that is what counter is used for. Counter check whether it is numerical or as long as, if you use counter here, now let's use counter here and see what it will give us under years. Let's see how many this thing it will give us. Say equal to counter. So we are checking the numeric here, come here to here, we pick the range here and say enter. So you see, it can tell us that it's 8. What it's trying to tell us that it is only 8 cells that have something inside. So the one that are blank, it does not count it for us. So that's what counter is used for. So the next one is countif. Okay, we have done it. Have we done that? Okay, okay, countif. So it's to count if, to count employee in the IT department, or count salary above 500. So you can count anything. That if a condition, remember when an if is used, it means that a particular condition should be applied. So we say count. So we say, let's say countif. So we come here, we want to check if for only those in IT, how many IT persons do we have in the whole company or organization. So we say equal to count if what is the range, count if this is the range, count if this is the range, what is the criteria, let's say IT. So count if the criteria is this. So press enter, it's telling us that what? There are 4. So it's telling us we have only 4 persons ITs in the whole department, in the whole company organization. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4. So that is where you count if is used for. You use count if a particular condition is being met. So the next one is count blank. Count blank is actually used to check if any cell are blank. If a cell are blank, so we want to check if a cell is blank here within a name here, within this name, we want to see if there's any cell that is blank. So we call what? So you use count blank to count from the blank spaces. So count blank. Count blank. So count blank here. So we cannot want to check if a count blank here. So say count blank. Let's see. Sorry, we have not run our condition. So equal to count blank. Count blank. So choose a range. this range, it says 0. That means there is no one that is empty. There is no empty cell. So let's check for this, for year. So let's say for year now, we want to check if there are empty cell or no. It's equal to count blank. Count blank, we'll choose the range. We want to check it. So we'll choose the range and press enter. So it's telling us that, oh, there are four that is actually blank. That's what it's telling us. It said there are 4 that is actually blank. So that is what is telling us here. Say there are 4. So that's what count blank is used for, to check for empty spaces within a cell. And it is very important to know it, because we might have a larger cell that are empty and they have empty cells. So you can use count blank to be able to format, to be able to correct or to clean the data. So when we come to that, we'll be able to understand it much better. Then the next one is sumif, which we have done. Okay, I think we have done sumif at the front here. So I didn't know I listed it here. So let me copy this. Let me cut this and paste it here. So we have done sumif. So let me highlight it and delete this row. Okay. So the next one is range. Let's look at range before we come to if conditions. Sorry for the way I actually outline it, but please just follow suit. So the next one I want to look at is, I want to actually rearrange this so that you better understand. So the next one is called maximum or minimum. So we want to look at the minimum. Minimum means minimum or highest means the highest and the lowest number. So what are the maximum number or the minimum number? So the minimum number, let's say mini. Okay, so as we are discussing previously, we said that to get the minimum value, we have to get the minimum value. You add equal to mini. Name value equal to mini brackets. So you choose the range. So we want to get the minimum salary, that is the lowest salary. Press enter. So this is the lowest salary. Then to get the maximum salary, we have the highest. Maximum salary, we have equal to mini, maxi or maximum, presenting maximum, which represent the highest salary. So close. So this is the lowest salary, and then this is the highest salary. As you can see here, the lowest salary and the highest salary. That's what we mean by what? Minimum and then maximum. Then the range is actually the difference between the highest and the lowest salary. So range is the highest, the difference between range. So is the difference between, so if I put range equal to range, so is the difference between this and this. So I can say now we know that this is the highest and this is the lowest. We can say how highest is this 725. Yeah, 725. This, that is row 12, column E. Then minimum is 440. Where is it? So this, so 12, E12 minus E13. So we put range is equal to E12 minus E13. Equal to this is this, let's say this minus this equal to bracket E12 minus E13. So you can see it here, equal to open bracket minus E12 minus E13 will give us the range. So we'll check if condition. Now we'll come to if condition. If condition has to do with, just as we are doing before, it has to do with a thing supposed to meet a specific conditions. So if you meet a condition based on the parameter given to it, it should do a particular thing. So that's what if condition is for. So if, let's say if condition, so you put equal to if. So what the first one is called logical test. What is the logical test? The logical test is to check if, let's say, we say if salary is greater than this, if the salary is greater than, let's say, 5,100, then something should happen. So let's run the if condition here. Sorry. Let me run the if condition here. Let's say profit. Let's say remark first. Remark. Let's say remark. So we want to give a remark. So equal to if logical test, if this is greater than is greater than is greater than is greater than, let's say, 5,000, then do something. Then the value is it true or false? So you cannot say excellent, type excellent, so let's say add profit. Else, if it is null, say don't, no profit. So let's press enter. You can say that if you do like this, it will give us a name error. What is the cause of this name error? because you could not find anything like that. So we need to what? Come here and put double color quote here, double quote, double quote. You see no profit. So if you want to it to go through this, you can drag it down. So you can drag it down here. So you can see here automatically it will give us this. Anyone that is greater than 500, you say add profit to the person. So anybody that is not, it will. So let's say profit now. Profit. Come here, call profit now. So if again equal to if, so if open bracket, if this is greater than 500, that is 5,000 now, is greater than 5,000, then what should happen? Add profit. How much profit do you want to add? We can say let's add profit of 10,000 or profit of 1,000. So we can now say this plus 1,000 or no profit. So so this plus 1,000 or no profit. So let's press enter and see what it will give us. So you can see no profit here. So let's see what it will give us here. So you can see that it added 1,000 naira to each of these. It added 1,000 naira to it. And so if you want to see this thing very well, we can do conditional formatting. So we can do conditional, but we are coming to that later in our next class. Can come to that later in our next class. So that is what if condition is used for, to check if a particular condition is being met, do this. If a particular condition is being met, do this. So this is the remark. If the condition is this, add. If the condition is this, that. So what if you want to add percentage? Maybe you want to say okay, you are not adding a particular amount, you are just adding a percentage. So you are adding a percentage. So let's say profit by percentage profit. Let's say percentage profit. So you use if condition again. Say if equal to if this salary is greater than now or equal to, let's say greater than or equal to. This means greater than and equal to, not or equal to, greater than and equal to. So if this is greater than and equal to 5,000, then add profit. This is greater than or equal to this times this plus E2. So how many profit do we want to ask? How many? Let's say 10%. Then times 0.1. That's 10%. 0.1, comma, or subtract. So if it is not up to, then just what do we say? Okay, if it is not up to, then add. If it's not up to 5,000, then add just only 5%, or only add. Okay, let's just leave it like that. So let's just leave it as that. If it is not up to our price, so I'll leave it like that. Press enter. So you can see now this is based on percentage. So this one is 5,000 now. As this is 5,000, you add 10% of 5,000, which is 500. So anyone that is not up to that amount, there's no percentage. So this is based on percentage. This is just based on addition, and then this is just a remark. So this is how to carry out conditional formatting. So in our next class, we'll be looking at, in our next video, we'll be looking at VLOOK and HLOOK and every other aspect of that we continue to learn more about data analytics. So thank you for joining us. Please stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to our channel to continue to learn more on these two skills. Most time we do video or tutorial on cyber security, data analytics, and every other digital skill. Please stay tuned. Thank you and see you in our next class.